Joseph Ferris is an absolute gaming genius. This is just simply a fact of life. I said it. Yes. Every game this man makes is absolutely phenomenal. Every game that this man and Hazelight Studios makes is absolutely phenomenal. From A Way Out to this, It Takes Two. Let's get into it. Before we kick this video off, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to EA for providing a review copy of It Takes Two. Amazing game. I absolutely love it. I'm very honored to be able to cover such an amazing game because, man, it's funny because I don't typically find a lot of cooperative games. Like, in general, games nowadays are not made to be cooperative. It's typically single player and multiplayer online. That way you can play co-op that way. But being able to just play the game as it is, like it's being built from the ground up to be split screen co-op local, or to be online co-op where you have to play with someone else, that's a rarity in gaming nowadays. And I absolutely love the fact that this studio, from Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, A Way Out, and now It Takes Two, are all built from the ground up with multiplayer in mind, and they do it better than anyone else in the industry. Again, I will say it, Joseph Ferris and Hazelight Studios are absolute geniuses and are brilliant beyond anything anyone else in the industry is doing. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing over this title because it's absolutely amazing. So what we're gonna be doing in this video, we're gonna be doing a review of It Takes Two by EA and Hazelight Studios. We're gonna dive into the story, the gameplay, the graphics, and all that in between. Before we get into all that, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mekel Kasanova, so catch me over there. And if you've gotten this far and you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel, hit the like button, and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and let me tell you more about why you need to be playing It Takes Two and why it's one of the best games of 2021. Let's get into it. Story. The story kicks off with the two protagonists, May and Cody Goodwin, who are arguing about their decision to get divorced. Their daughter Rose overhears this argument while in her bedroom at dinner, and May and Cody attempt to explain their reasoning for getting a divorce to Rose, who ends up excusing herself and heads to the family tool shack where she uncovers the Book of Love, written by the worldwide famous expert on love and bestseller. Okay, I'll stop. My apologies. Dr. Hakim. She pleads with Dr. Hakim to help her and cries with her tears landing on her handmade dolls of her parents, which leads to May and Cody waking up in their new doll-like bodies and meeting Dr. Hakim and embark on the journey to get back to their human forms. Gameplay. The gameplay of It Takes Two is only playable either local split screen co-op or online, as the game is not able to be played with a single player functionality similar to how Hazelight's debut release, A Way Out, where the core gameplay is focused on the cooperative component of having two players working together to solve the various puzzles in the game. Your controls are simple, with you being able to jump, double jump, sprint, dodge roll, butt slam, pick up items, and use specialty level specific items and weapons. Each level has you roaming about trying to figure out what is the best method to solve the various puzzles in the environments that you're in, from the tool shack where you start out, to the top of the tree in the back of the house, to inside the tree and more. You'll end up needing to roam around the levels and pick up items such as fuses and more that need to be slotted into various areas to progress further in the levels. You'll get specific items and weapons to use for May and Cody, which will require you to work together with the other players, such as having to have Cody use nails that he gains in the tool shack and throw them at platforms to make them stay in place, for May to be able to jump on them and progress forward, while May can also use the hammer to smash glass bottles, pull out nails, operate different things in the environment, and most switch panels, enabling Cody to catch up. Later on, you'll be in the inside of the tree in the backyard, with Cody having access to a goop gun that fires flammable goop that you can fire off which can stick to surfaces and slow down the hornets, while May is able to fire off sparks, which can ignite the goop, which when used together, you're able to solve puzzles in this level. The boss fights are so creatively fun and seriously require you to work and be in sync with your second player, as you'll need to be attentive to everything going on in order to defeat them. As an example, the vacuum cleaner boss requires you to both avoid the explosives he rains down on you, all the while having one character grab the suction hose on the lower level and suck up the explosives, and have the other character going to the higher platform and aiming the other end of the suction hose that sucks up explosives and aim that at the vacuum boss in order to damage him. Each and every boss fight requires you to work together in some of the most creative and organic ways. Ultimately, the gist of this game is centered around teamwork in the second player and strong communication, as that is the only way you will be able to move forward. Graphics. The graphics in this game are very good, with solid lip syncing and lighting and shading of each character with great attention to detail and the nuances in each character. In human and doll form, May and Cody look really good, along with Rose, looking every bit like a 7 to 9 year old kid. The various characters you meet, from Dr. Hakim to Hammer and the tools to the squirrels in the tree and more, have so much life and character to them that they feel fully realized. The environments are all well done and whimsical, which honestly the vibe of the environments and the characters themselves remind me of this being effectively, in a way, you could look at this as kind of like a modern take on Toy Story, since May and Cody are effectively people put into toy bodies and they're roaming about a giant house interacting with and other inanimate objects. So kind of like, yeah, a fully realized modern take on Toy Story, I guess you could say. Audio. The voice direction in this game is absolutely fantastic. Joseph Balderrama did an Oscar-worthy performance as Cody and Hakim, and truly brought those characters to life so well that I oftentimes forgot that they weren't real-life characters. Annabelle Dowler was phenomenal as May, and truly made her come to life, also with an Oscar-worthy performance, as she really nailed every line in a very believable and realistic way. My favorite character is none other than Dr. Hakim, whom Joseph also voices, as he is just such a fun character with so many lovable and cheesy one-liners that you can't help but find yourself laughing to. The other characters, such as the Tools and Squirrel Army, are just fantastic in how self-realized they are and how seriously the characters are taking themselves without realizing how comedic they are in the process of doing that. Downsides. Honestly, I don't have any downsides to complain about with this game. I didn't have any technical issues, gameplay issues, or anything like this. This game, through and through, was flawless. It's pretty flawless to me, which is the first for me to ever say for a game. But there's no downsides. Imagine that. The wrap-up. I'm going to say it. Josef Fares is an absolute genius and is unrivaled when it comes to making some of the most innovative and fun couch co-op online multiplayer cooperative games in the business. With having made the phenomenal A Way Out to win so many awards, Josef returns with another award-winning game in It Takes Two, with a great and relatable story, good graphics, excellent controls, superb voice acting, and a strong method of incorporating cooperative gameplay that has players communicate to progress. It Takes Two is hands down one of my Game of the Year contenders and is solidly in my top 10 games of 2021. If you have the opportunity to play this game, then by all means go out and play it, because you'll definitely be experiencing one timeless classic right here. The verdict? Buy it. And that's it. That's the review for It Takes Two by EA. Again, shout out to EA for providing a review copy of this game. This is honestly, like I said, it's honestly in my top 10 games of 2021, one of my Game of the Year contenders. And honestly, if I'm being completely transparent with you, it's in my top 3 for 2021. And we're already in April. Pretty soon we'll be in May as of this recording, and that's how highly I think of this game. We'll see if Returnal and Nier, I really don't want to count Nier because it's a remake of a game that's already been here, but we'll see if Returnal and other games that are coming out this year are going to be able to topple that. But as of right now, top 10 and top 3. So what do you guys think? What do you think of It Takes Two? Do you have it? Did you play it? Do you like it? Do you prefer A Way Out? Do you prefer Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going in the comment section below. And if you haven't already and you've gotten this far, make sure you sub to the channel, hit the like button, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mekel Kasanova, so catch me over there. And other than that, if you're looking for a new podcast to check out, catch the Kasanova Podcast, #1 Hawaii, where I interview various people in the gaming industry, the tech industry, content creators, celebrities, and more. Available on every major podcasting outlet. All that being said, I'm Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I'm signing out. I hope you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. Deuces wow, too sweet, be the elite. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch them, who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribestar. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have channel membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here, and first, and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, Mekel Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.